Welcome back to another motherfucking video. Today, we're reacting to how Beyond Scared Straight failed to prevent kids from becoming criminals. You know, we keep our ear to the streets and everything going on. Another day with the best community in the community. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's just get right into it because this shit's about to get good. Everybody say hey to YouTube. YouTube, you're so cute.
Is easily one of the most controversial shows in history. Parents of troubled youth pay for their children to tour the inside of a prison or county jail so they can be exposed to the dark reality of life behind bars. When they arrive, they meet with real inmates who strike fear into them with threats, with the goal being to prevent today's teenagers from becoming tomorrow's prisoners.
I really think it turned more into a joke, but it's like at the same time, it's not like it didn't really solve nothing. It really just showed you how like criminals behave. It turned more into just showing you like angry criminals yelling instead of like you do. I mean, of course it helped somebody. I'm sure that shit scared somebody from going to jail for sure, at least one person. But at the same time, the overall effect is more so like we watched it for entertainment. We wasn't really learning anything, or I wasn't really like, I didn't want to go to jail because I don't want to go to jail. I don't think anybody in their right mind was misbehaving, and then they watched Beyond Scared Straight and was like, oh, let me be better. I don't think that's what the masses were thinking. It was just entertaining.
But their exposure therapy techniques are definitely questionable.
That's what I'm saying.
Why you dog?
See?
You are starting in the wrong way.
Who want to go to
Kool-Aid.
jail?
We
Some
put this on
people.
just like you. Lick your lips.
Like, what are we talking about? It's not. You damn right I don't want to go in there.
Now stick your hand in that Kool-Aid.
What?
Just stick it in there.
Hey, yo.
Now take your finger, just do this to the bottom one.
I'm not listening to no. I'm not listening. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care if they yelling in my face, spitting in my face. You don't have to listen to this nigga gang. Just be a better kid, but you don't gotta listen to him.
Come here. I kiss you.
Huh? What? They allowed this shit?
You orange flavor mother.
I'm got the same face as him. Like, the fuck you mean?
That's the. You ready?
Come on.
You hard. You want to hold? There you go. You want to do?
Put him down.
Try me. Try me. Yeah, try me. I want you to try me. I want you to try me.
Put him
Try.
down,
Now, there's
man.
no doubt that the show is
talking about?
entertaining and has given us some pretty hilarious moments over the years. However, our entertainment is at the
What you
expense
talking about? Yeah, they got you off the ground, twin. Your feet are off the ground. You're not safe.
of children
Hell
suffering.
no.
And the
Made him
craziest
7'3",
part
nigga,
is,
like, what
it has
me?
been proven on multiple occasions that Scared Straight doesn't work. In fact, it might actually increase their chances of becoming lifelong criminals.
Oh, that's fucked up.
A lot of people don't realize that Scared Straight is not just a television show on A&E. It's a program that has been implemented all over the United States for the past 50 years. And the reason it got so popular was based on just one alleged successful experiment. Scared Straight was the name of a television documentary released in 1978, produced by Arnold Shapiro.
To be honest, I could see how this would make it worse for a lot of the people that were in the program, because it's like, gang, after you were seen in some shit like this, it probably, like, think about it making it hard. This nigga is chopped. He's
critically
ugly. But think about it just making it harder for you to just live a regular life now. Niggas know you were misbehaving in your youth. Some people might give you a chance. Other people are gonna like judge you just based off that. You might not be able to get as many jobs or some shit. I don't know.
claimed won an Academy Award
You're kinda
and
put
even
into a
won an
box.
Emmy.
See, they're gonna put
'Cause they're
lipstick on your
broadcasting
lips, earrings in your ear, and now you swishing your ass up and down these tears, hustling cigarettes for your man.
Why they all keep talking about lipstick?
What did I say? What did I say, mother? You're here for 2 hours. You belong
Fuck you,
here for
nigga.
2 hours.
The film
I mean, your parents
documented
paid
youth
for it?
offenders
Fuck
who
them too.
visited Rahway State Prison in New Jersey.
Fuck 'em.
They met
Fuck
with
'em.
inmates with the goal of being so scared of going to prison that they went on to live a straight or crime-free life. The documentary claimed
I forgot what I said to why he said that.
that 80 to 90% of the 8,000 children who visited Rahway's program
Oh, your parents paid for it, and it's like, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, that still doesn't mean that it put you into a better position after, honestly. Like, that doesn't put you in a better position in life. You just been broadcasted to the world that you're like misbehaving, even if you were like teetering on the line of trying to get right. It's like, That's not the best. That's not the best method now. Niggas know I be acting out now. Now they finna be trying me. Now I'm finna act out for real.
Program would go on to remain law-abiding citizens afterwards. The
The
popularity and surprisingly positive results led to more than 30 states rapidly implementing the program. No further questions were asked. Jails and prisons all over the country saw one documentary and thought they had a solution to all of their youth offender problems. The program's validity was immediately questioned by juvenile delinquency professionals, but that didn't stop it from becoming popular. The original documentary was followed by Scared Straight, Another Story in 1980, also produced by Arnold Shapiro. This one was just a dramatic film. The subjects were actors who did scripted reenactments of their petty crimes, which led them to entering the Scared Straight program, being screamed at, and then feeling reformed after a couple overnights in the prison. Then in 1987, Scared Straight 10 years later aired.
I'll be your host for Scared Straight 10 years later.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Fascinating update on what's happened to the kids and the convicts filmed a decade ago.
What I steal, I need, and I want.
She the same. She ain't learned shit.
Embarrassing.
Oh shit, my fault. That's the old video. You was on one, Karen. You was tweaking.
10 years ago, yeah,
got
I
her
did
a good
that.
job now.
I did that to look good. Now
To look good. Bitch, you look crazy.
the difference is I want to look good, but I like to pay for what I take.
We got to see the
She still said take. She's still a thief at heart. I know it. I hear it in her voice. She's still a thief at heart. She just wants to pay for what she takes. You gotta watch her.
original 1978 crew, and they all explained how much the program changed their life for the better. The second half of the documentary introduced a new group of troubled teenagers. After their trip to Rahway State Prison, the documentary claimed that all 17 of the youth offenders were crime-free just 3 months after their visit. Then MTV...
3 months? What the hell them niggas was doing for 2 months? Them niggas was still in that field for a little bit.
Connected with Shapiro for another sequel, Scared Straight 99. This documentary was potentially the most raw and shocking of them all. The prisoners were threatening these kids to levels we had never seen before. One inmate made a kid hold his pocket as he walked around the cell.
Oh, hell no. He made him his bitch. No, that's fucked up. He made him his bitch.
Matter of fact, hold on to this mother.
Yo.
And you walk with me, mother.
This was highly regarded as one of the best out of the series, and people still genuinely believe this was an effective form of therapy for youth offenders, which makes sense when you consider the societal standard during this time period. Mental health issues that are widely known today had not been vigorously studied. Mental health as a whole wasn't taken as seriously as it is now. Plus, it was a lot more common for parents to use tough love and physical punishment to discipline their children. These programs were seen as an extremely cheap and convenient solution to a very complex problem that is juvenile delinquency. But where Scared Straight received renowned media attention was when they released their 20 years later special. They claimed that of the 17 original 1978 children, only one of them became a career criminal.
Only one. I mean, something still ain't work out, gang. I mean, this not foolproof. This not foolproof. That means at a certain point, I'm telling you, they started doing this just for entertainment.
The 95% success rate shocked news publications.
No.
Scared Straight was a miracle solution. They used 17 people's stories for 20 years to justify this entire program around the United States. But the popular A&E series you all know and love didn't come until 2011 and was produced by the same man, Arnold Shapiro.
Again? This nigga's still alive?
But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
No.
Beyond Scared Straight was a TV show that documented the experiences of troubled children as they embarked on a forced tour of a maximum security prison or jail. During the tours, inmates and officers would go to the greatest lengths, screaming, locking them in cells, putting lipstick on them, roughing them up, anything they could do to shock the children and make them terrified of going to prison in hopes that it would steer them clear of a life of crime.
What's up? You like to fight, homie? That's what you like to do, huh? You little bitch. You's a bitch,
Nigga talking about, yeah.
homie. You's a pop tart. I see right through you, homie.
You better not stop. You better.
You hard, man. You hard. You want to do hard.
Yo.
There you go. You want to do? Try me.
Yo, why you pick him up like that, though?
He says he don't know. You can't speak up, can you? Why can't you speak up?
Man, they doing too fucking much. You better watch out, bro.
Fact, bitch, you hold this. You drop it, I'll smack out of you. I don't give a
about going.
This was the most staggering and horrific Scared Straight program we had ever seen, and
Fuck you
people loved it. The show's premiere alone attracted a staggering 3.7 million viewers, making it the most watched original series debut in the network's history. The undeniable success of Beyond Scared Straight led them to producing 83 episodes across 9 seasons, spanning from 2011 until 2015.
Shit.
But the most eye-opening realization about this show is that the Scared Straight program was proven by the federal government not to work. Since the
Damn,
release of the
the
original
government
film,
said that shit.
many justice institutions and criminal prevention professionals have thoroughly studied the effects of the program to determine if it actually works.
Shit just caused
Surprisingly,
trauma.
numerous studies have shown that the Scared Straight method can actually do more harm than good. The most significant study was conducted by the U.S. Department of Justice after the release of the original film. They examined the outcomes of 9 controlled trials conducted from
Finkenauer.
1967 to 1992. This involved over 900 children, with the average age of 15 to 17, who participated in Scared Straight-like programs in 8 different states. Also, each study was conducted by a different research team. Every one of these studies also had a control group that did not attend a Scared Straight program. So they were comparing youth offenders who went to Scared Straight versus youth offenders who didn't attend one, and measured their likeliness to become a reoffender. The study found no evidence to support the effectiveness of Scared Straight in similar programs. In fact, all analysis showed that involvement in these programs increased measures of crime and delinquency. In nearly every one of the 9 studies, the group who went to Scared Straight had a higher rate of reoffense than the group who didn't go. After this comprehensive study was published, many others were conducted with different test subjects.
Now they feel like they got to prove themselves when they get back from out of there because they just been made a bitch on national television too. That's another thing.
Different age groups and different crimes. Many of the studies would produce very similar results. In 1997, University of Maryland researchers completed a report for Congress on the evidence for various crime prevention strategies. The researchers had no problem listing Scared Straight as one of the programs that doesn't work. To make things worse, these programs could potentially violate federal law. In 2002, which was 9 years before the first A&E episode aired, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention in Washington informed all states that Scared Straight programs or similar programs may violate the separation requirement of the JJDP Act. According to the act, it is mandatory that juvenile offenders and non-offenders should not be detained or confined in any institution where they may have sight or sound contact with adult offenders. In short, it's illegal to have kids in jail with adults.
Literally.
Which makes this clip even harder to watch.
And that's why, like, most of the stuff I'm saying, like, I'm trolling and shit, but it's like I will be sitting there and these grown men is yelling at you and shit, but you also know, gang, you're already in jail. Now there is the instance like they don't give a fuck. Yeah, they don't give a fuck or whatever. But if you just don't give a fuck enough either, it's like, yeah, you put your hands, nigga, they might kill you. Like in GTA. You feel me? So it's like, put this on your lips. No. The fuck? No. And like they gonna grab you and pick you up and shit. I'm not folding. I'm sorry, I'm not going. The fuck? The fuck you gonna do? Whoop my ass?
A terrified 9-year-old boy
shit, I'm not even supposed to be in here with you, gang.
In front of a pack of prisoners.
That ass.
His crime: stealing pocket change from his mom and lying.
I think we can all agree that
He got this nigga in jail for stealing money and lying.
Traumatizing a child to this degree for stealing pocket change is insane.
Gang.
Then filming it, editing it, and putting it out into the world is next level. One time they even showed these children a body and described to them what their parents would experience if they go to jail and die while on the inside.
What kind of reference is that? Their parents still gonna experience that even if they on the outside.
These programs typically break these children down. They start crying, are mortified, and just want to go home. But the sad part is, their home life is probably rough as well. On the surface,
that's why I don't feel like they understand and shit. But this also potentially makes it worse for every one of them because they just got bitched on television. So when they go back to their hometown, they have to prove themselves. Niggas is gonna be trying them and shit.
The concept behind these Scared Straight programs makes sense.
That nigga look like Andre Iguodala over there.
It's probably rough as well. On the surface, the concept behind these Scared Straight programs makes sense. Troubled kids are so afraid of prison that they change their ways to avoid such a dark future.
Game on the line, star pointed at the laser, pointed at Earth. I want Andre Iguodala.
Sure. However, there are multiple examples that say otherwise. Toby Keith Johnson was first featured on the show on season 3, episode 13. He was quiet and didn't show any emotion. The guards tried to break him down and make him feel bad about his choices, but he didn't budge.
And that's what I feel like. I'm not that that's good or anything. Like, just be better people, young people and children. Don't be misbehaving and shit. But I feel like, don't be a delinquent. But I feel like that would be what I would be on. I'm just not gonna say much. The fuck.
At the end, when the parents reunite with the children, Toby's mother didn't show up. 8 months later, Toby
That's fucked up.
He was featured on the show again. This time, he was an inmate. He was incarcerated for allegations of assaulting his mom. He got
Oh hell no, Toby. You're a piece of shit.
out 2 years later on parole, but sadly, continued a life of crime. He was arrested multiple times on meth and gun charges, but the most recent one was the worst of them all. In August of 2020, he was arrested for imprisoning a 25-year-old woman and making threats of harm, with Johnson
Imprisoning.
and forcefully grabbing the victim by the throat, choking her, and violently throwing her to the ground. The aggression continued with it, even going as far as Toby threatening her with a knife. Law enforcement would report visible signs of bruising on the victim's neck. I think it's pretty obvious that Scared Straight had no positive effect on Toby.
I feel like for some people though, they're gonna be who they were gonna be regardless. But it's just like putting anyone through this show isn't really helping anything. I'm not gonna lie, but he was probably gonna do a lot of this shit regardless.
Whatsoever.
So.
Franklin Morris made his premiere on A&E
Not
in
probably.
2012. At the time of filming, he was living in Baltimore with his mother,
Franklin
Dana.
a thug?
In an emotional episode, Dana revealed the extent of Franklin's school suspensions, stating that she couldn't even begin to give a precise number. Franklin himself shared a nonchalant attitude towards his mother's concerns, saying,
My mother says I'm either going to end up dead or in jail. I really don't pay no mind.
At the young age of 14, Franklin participated in the program, already having convictions for gambling and vandalism. One of the incidents that landed Franklin a spot on the show saw Franklin and his friends wreak havoc in a store, knocking items off the shelves and vandalizing a local shop. Years after his time on the show, Franklin Morris became one of 3 teenagers who met a grim fate near a playground in North Baltimore.
In the head?
Alongside a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, Franklin was found shot in the head and pronounced dead at the scene.
What I thought about going to the jail was it really was no big deal. The reset program, it didn't
in that Baltimore
change me. It really don't feel no different.
Since the majority of the show's participants were children at the time, it's hard to find the long-term results of their lives. However, based on what I found, it seems like a lot of them went on to live regular lives. If you search what happened to so-and-so from Beyond Scared Straight, most of what you find is clickbait leading you to an Instagram page of someone who we can't confirm was actually on the show. So if the program has been proven to be ineffective through various extensive studies across the past 30 years, why did they do a show about it? Well, that's because the guy who has built his entire career from this program,
he ugly as shit,
Arnold Shapiro, is fully convinced that this program is a good thing. Shapiro says that all the extensive studies are totally irrelevant because they were done from 1967 to 1999. He also said that only the academic community believes proper counseling for youth offenders works. If society had the money or resources to do that, that would be great if every kid could have years of counseling, but it's not realistic. It would be interesting if A&E used the
That's why they need to lock in on the guidance counselors at the schools. What the fuck?
millions of profits from the show to
You
get
gonna send them niggas to jail for counseling?
youth offenders counseling, since
And
society
therapy?
doesn't have the money, right? Shapiro shrugs off the criticism of Scared Straight. There's every
Because it makes him
variation.
money. It's about money. And I bet it's a certain hospital, I won't say what hospital.
It works for some, it doesn't work
What
for
doctor?
some. But you can say that about any program that exists. Shapiro thinks that as long as it works for some, then it justifies the program.
Nah,
And since
it
the
makes
program
money.
exists, he is happy profiting off of it. He has
Exactly.
openly admitted that the children they decide to be on the show are not the ones that they think will change, but rather the ones with the best personality.
Ew, the back of his neck nasty.
It really is based on their personalities and what happens with them. We didn't have any belief that Brandon T. from Michigan, who stood up to the officers and just kind of had a meltdown, would ever change. Even when the tour was over, he got thrown out, but we still picked him because it was so explosive, and we never saw anything like that before or since. Although, other kids have stood up to officers. It's amazing. When I went through high school or even college, you never thought you would disrespect a teacher or an authority figure, especially somebody in law enforcement. But these kids have no fear. It's crucial to question whether the pursuit of profits
The beginning
overshadows
of the YNs.
moral principles, as corporate interests often prioritize ratings and financial gain over the well-being of humans. But it makes it even worse when you consider that the people they are affecting are not consenting adults. These are children, and it's being broadcasted to millions of people to watch them suffer. They are being told that this is genuine rehabilitation, and they don't really have a choice to participate. Occasionally, they rebel so much that they get kicked out of the jail, but most of the time, they are trapped with no escape. The truth is, everyone wants a quick and cheap solution to an extremely complicated and layered social problem that is juvenile delinquency. But hey, as long as it works sometimes, it's all good. Right?
No, but hey, W video though, Patrick CC, that's why I appreciate you, and I'm always here with you, twin, and we locked in for life, my nigga. W video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hey man, don't be getting and beyond scared straight. We'll catch you in the next one, YouTube, and that's what makes us Leaks Invincible.